Hey folks, how you doing? Hope you're well. Bit of a live vlogging session going on. It's a rainy and windy day. I hope you're really well. There's quite a few things I want to talk about on it, and I've gone to the effort writing them down. I've got my coffee ready to go. And look, check out the cup. I'm not lazy. I'm just in energy saving mode. It says there. It might be back to front on your screen as you're looking at it. Talking of coffee. Yeah, instant coffee. I'm still an instant coffee drinker. I've the AeroPress, which Paul Green mentioned to me some months ago now. I've actually mentioned it to one person at work, Richard Ball. If you're watching, hello. Hope you're doing well. He's kind of the boss at work, my most immediate manager. And he showed me earlier this week, or was it last week? I can't remember. He's actually gone and bought an AeroPress himself. So, Richard, I'm jealous already. I'm going to have to get an AeroPress for some more wild camping. Anyway, I've got a list of things I want to talk through. Number one is things that... Still the other way around. Number one is things that I want to talk about. Things that I've been buying recently, November, Mountain Adventures this November in Wales and Bristol. I'm going to touch on that. Let's have a look. 3, my plans for this winter. The bike strategy, what bikes I'm going to be riding, things like that. Number 4, I want to talk a little bit about kind of my stats over the last 4 years in terms of kilometres and elevation. I'm going to touch on that, as well as my longest ride and things. 5, holidays in the spring. I'm going to talk about that. 6, my strategy for TCR going through next year, March to July. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. TCR is in July, so I'll talk about it a little bit further. I'm going to finish up on talking about diet. Not a great deal, because it's kind of a one-point answer, but I'll flesh out a little bit more when I get to it. I can't read my writing. What does that say? Oh, really? To read that? I can't read it. Oh, that's terrible writing. It looks like I put any other business. Oh, mechanics. That's it. Mechanics for winter. Yeah, I'm going to talk about my plans for learning to be a bit of a better bike mechanic, ready for the TCR. Okay, excellent. So first off, we're going to talk about some of the things that I bought recently. I've got a whole pile of stuff here. If I move my cushions out of the way, show you a few things. So I've been out today. It's a rainy day, isn't it? So that's why I'm in front of you now. I'm going to show you a few things I bought. But before I do, I'm just going to turn my lights on a little bit so the picture's a bit brighter. And one of those presents is actually, if I can show you one of these, start with this. I bought this ring thing. If I turn the light on, just reach behind there. Try not to blind you. This is for wild camping. Let's go that way. You can put a phone up there. For me, it'll be the GoPro, and it gives you a bit of a ring of light out in the dark winter night. So that's that. I'll turn it back on again. Yeah, so I've got a pile of stuff down here. Let's just pick some bits at random. Let's start. We're actually talking about winter. So my cube. I bought some new tyres. These are everybody's favourite. Can you read that there? I don't know if it's back to front. Which way am I going? Gator skins, Continental gator skins, Contis. So these are for the cube. So these are 25mm. So I've got that. Very exciting. I'm going to put those on probably later today, maybe tomorrow. Depends on what I'm going to do. Depends what the weather's going to do. It's pretty miserable here in Lincolnshire. I can tell you that. SKS, some Raceblade Pros have broken the last one, so that's going to go on the cube again later today. What else have I bought? The guy at Halfords put this through on the till. It was right next to us, but I didn't actually mean to buy this. It's brake fluid. Again, I hope it's not back to front. Mineral oil brake fluid for hydraulic disc brakes. Now my Sonda is hydraulic, I think it is anyway, but I don't really know what brake fluid is for. So yeah, I spent £5.99. He put it in the bag. I walked away and I just spotted it. half an hour ago. So I don't know why I've got that. Find use to it. GT85. We all know what that is. It's the lubricant. It's a bit more friendly apparently instead of WD-40. Everybody needs that. Boring stuff. Inner tubes. I haven't bought this recently, but I thought I'd show you anyway. For this is for wild camping. It's an Omeril, Omeril. It's a head torch. I've got not just one, but two of those. Now this is quite curious. Colourful pipe cleaners. Now these aren't somebody's Christmas present. I bought these because when I was in Bristol with Adam Watkins, he used these for cleaning the jockey wheels. So I thought, right, I look on Amazon, and I've got a pack of 350 vibrant coloured pipe cleaners. So that's going to keep me going forever, isn't it? Right. So what next? What else I've got down here? Sea to Summit. So this is an X bowl. Let's take it out of its packaging. So yeah, straightforward. You just push it all the way through, and it's a big bowl for putting breakfast stuff in, cereal, that kind of thing. So I bought that about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Not used it yet. I've also, at the same time, I bought one of these, also for camping or wild camping, which I haven't got an adventure yet this December, but I will be going. So there we go. Protect the arms like that. I'll be able to do some steak. I keep getting requests to do a bit more kind of different kind of challenging food, so I'm going to do some steak of that. Good morning, Andrew. Hope you're well. It's afternoon here now, here in the UK. But although it could be morning, we're looking outside. It's quite dark and dismal. So this pan here is this frying pan is actually non-stick, and it came with a carrier bag as well. It's got the brand on it in the corner there, I think. So ALOCS, audax. I don't know. It was just a Chinese brand really. So I've got the box somewhere. I need to keep the box really. I don't know. What's next? Right, let me just bear with me. I'll just hide it out of the way for the moment. So today I went to go outdoors to try and find this completely run out. It's camping related. Richard at work, he spent $11.99 on one of these. I have just bought, let's turn it around, just bought some Coleman's C500 gas canisters. Six of those in this box. Guess how much I paid? $24.99 for 6 of these. That's a bargain. That it's an angling shop in Scunthorpe. I actually went to a bike shop first, Wilco Motor Save, and the guys, I was speaking to the guy about bikes and things like that and camping gear, and he recommended Angling Direct. So I've still got the receipt here as well. I don't know if it's back to front or not. But look, $24.99 for a box of 6 gas canisters. C500, that's the biggest one available. I think that's a bargain. And I doubt it's Black Friday bargain. And finally, I've got on the floor here, next door to Wilco Mosafe, there was an arcade warehouse, and this is a Sandyberg Bluetooth Buddy 6-in-1 device for your smartphone. So it's a power bank, a Bluetooth speaker which can handle hands-free call, and a torch. Well, you never use those. So the Bluetooth is 3000 mAh. It's gone out of focus a bit there, hasn't it? So it does 3000 mAh. So I could probably charge Wahoo a couple, maybe about 3 or 4 times. Phone a couple of times maybe. But the main reason I bought this at £22.50 is for the speaker, the Bluetooth thing. It doubles up as a, I can send a bit of music to this and have it a little bit louder instead of, basically a little bit louder. That's kind of what that's for. So that was kind of a little bit of a treat there, really. So that's things that I've been buying. What I've got in person. Let's have a look what's on here. I actually bought a power meter as well. That's not arrived yet. I've gone for 4i power meter. It's one of the crank ones, 172.5 millimeter crank. So hopefully that'll be arriving on Tuesday. Which kind of brings us on to the bike and training and things like that. So there you go. That's that one done. So yeah, my November adventures. If you've been watching my channel over the last few weeks, I've done lots of riding away from home. And now winter's here, I'm going to be more riding close to home, really, here in Lincolnshire and East Riding, South Yorkshire, things like that. So yeah, like I say, in November I was riding around Wales and Bristol. So hopefully you've caught most of those videos. The Bristol ones aren't out yet. The Moonrakers and Sunseekers is coming on the channel on Tuesday, 7:30. Don't forget to tune in. That's where I met Chris OP, Adam Watkins, and there's a guy called Alex Boswell on there, which is I've since meted him at the Moonrakers. I've discovered he did the Pan Celtic race this spring, I think it was. Well, early this year anyway. It was in July. I've actually considering doing that, but it's too close to the TCR, so I'm not going to do it. So let's talk about Wales. Well, if you caught any of the videos, it was amazing scenery. Did lots of mountain passes, really epic rides, and you know, if you think about going to Wales to ride, cycle, anything like that, or even hiking, it's just amazing scenery. So if you want to watch those videos back, yeah, feel free. Bristol, yeah, there was the old Moonrakers that I did back in 2018. So if you can't wait to watch that video, it's on my channel. That ride, it was 300 kilometres from Bristol down to the southwest coast, to Bournemouth, over to Poole, and back up again via Glastonbury. It's a long, well, I was going to say a long day, but it actually started, well, for me it started 20 to 10 Friday evening. That's crazy, yeah, a night ride. So yeah, that's my adventures this November. What else have I wrote down here? Yeah, so I've just renewed because I bought a power meter, I've just renewed my Training Peaks account, which didn't get used a lot this year because the power meter on my Cube broke. I don't know, I think it got water damaged or something. I certainly lost the coin mechanism of it. So this new one I bought for the Sun, which is going to go on the Sunday, by the way. I'm going to be taking good care of that because that needs to last well beyond the TCR. We're going to come on to training strategies a little bit later on. I've also wrote down here, I need to start looking at my previous stats and numbers again, to compare them to previous efforts, because throughout 2021 and 2020 to a lesser extent I've kind of not talked about stats and that things much, and I haven't kind of focused on them and everything. I've just been enjoying life, I guess. So that's sheet number 2. So kind of brings us on to winter period. We'll come up to winter, 21st December, first day of winter. Let's just call it 1st December. So my plan is for the next 3 months, going to be riding mostly on the Cube. I'm going to fit those mud guards, SKS mud guards, and the 25mm Contis, the Gator Skins. The only time I'm going to be on the Sonder really is when I do a 200 plus ride, so there won't be many opportunities over the next 3 months to actually use that power meter. I'm going to be riding Sonder only when the distance is 200 kilometers or more, and I say or more because I probably won't be doing any more than 200 kilometers in January, February, December, January and February. I'm pretty much capping it at 200, I think. Yeah, and the Sonder, you haven't seen the Moonrakers video yet, but I've I was riding that with Michelin Pro Endurance tyres, and the second one, my rear tyre, I had a puncture and I had a little small slit on it, so I had to get the tyre boot out to finish that ride. So it looks like those are trashed. I'm going to be putting my 35C tyres on until March for those 200 plus rides, and maybe longer, I don't know. Go back to that sheet in a moment because it's got number 5 on it. Number 4, I'm going to just share my screen. 1 second. Click over to Safari. Move that. Don't need to show you that. I've just published a video today hiking along the 480 million year old Stuyvesant Ridge in Shropshire. So if you haven't watched that already, why not go watch it after this? Yeah, I'm in my Strava account. I've got my profile open. Hopefully you can see this. Yeah. It's been a while since I've done a live vlog. So I just wanted to quick glance at my last 4 years really, and I wrote down the figures here as well. If we go back to 2018, I did 16,800 meters, kilometers, sorry, distance, and you know, elevation gain there is just over 100,000 meters. That was way back in 2018. I'm quite impressed with that elevation. The following year it was up at just below 21,000 kilometers, and elevation gain was starting to nudge up a little bit more. And then last year, the year of the lockdown, my most active year on record, I was cycling 24,000 kilometers last year, 160 meters of climbing, and that brings us this year where I'm actually down. You know, I started working again. Boo. Last year I had all that furlough time, so I literally could ride every single day as much as I wanted, despite the people with the listening to Michael Gove too much. It was not 1 hour cycling, it was not one activity, it was riding as much as you like, as long as you like, as long as you was careful and self-sufficient. And I made the most of 2020. So anyway, and this year I've done 18,762 kilometres. It's March the 27th today, so I've got a little bit of time to try and nudge that above 20,000. And there's my elevation. It's pretty, you know, but I'm thinking by the time this year's over, I should be able to go over 2020. In fact, I've only got 5,000 metres to go, so that's kind of a foregone conclusion, really. What else can I show you on here? Not much, really. Training peaks. I've got a couple of things in the calendar. Tomorrow I'm hoping to do a ride round, is it open in here? I should quickly show the route for tomorrow. So I'm going to ride down here through Messingham Brig, and I'm hoping to cross Bilmer Bridge and just look at some cycling improvements in Hull that have taken place along, I can't remember the name of the road now. It's along this stretch here anyway. This been the Bricknell Avenue, I think it is. The council, Hull City Council, put some invested properly in segregated lanes. So I'm just going to do that tomorrow. Later in, beginning of December, I want to do this ride here, Hanging Grimston, 200 kilometres. So I'll be on the Sonder for that. And Hanging Grimston, basically, I forgot the route down here. I'm showing you some of the things which I was going to talk about later. Look at this, all this Mount Tidy stuff. So there's Hanging Grimston. This will be first week of December, so I'm going to be leaving Crowell, heading north. Hopefully, by the time I get through what's this bit called again? I can't remember. I can't remember. It doesn't come to me. Oh, Fixendale. So by the time I go up to Fixendale, hopefully on that particular ride there'll be a stonking headwind back. So that's kind of the next plan over the next couple of rides. Let's just go back to full screen me. Right, okay. So I've touched upon that. Oh yeah, and just while I was on the Strava there, my longest ride was actually this year when I took part in the Not Ventu, which was a 300 kilometre ride. That was back in April now. And that was all getting mixed up here. The longest ride was in August. It was a DIY. And it was 704 kilometres, I think it was. The longest climb was Not Ventu. That was in April. That was the 300, and that was the Great Dunfell climb, which was amazing. Getting lost in my notes here, so I can put that one down there. Going back to point number 5. Tidy, Mount Tidy, holidays next year. Hi, Colin. How are you? Hope you're well. Am I doing PvP again? Hope so. I've got it down as contention. I really enjoyed it, so In fact, I was talking to Adam Watkins last weekend, and we were talking about PPP a lot and experiences and things like that. So I'm definitely not ruling Paris Press, Paris out. 2023, that one. So yes is probably the answer I'm going to give. Anyway, TCR training, holidays and things like that. I'm hoping nothing's booked yet, because obviously we've just found out there's a new coronavirus variant in circulation, Omicron. So it's all up in the air again what they'll be doing next year. So nothing's booked. But my mother and father owned timeshare. So hopefully I'm going to book that sometime in the next couple of weeks. And then soon after that, flights, because I want to go to Tenerife, and I want to hire bikes and climb Mount Tidy, as I just showed you briefly there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at it. There's some routes I want to take on different days. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So just have a quick brief look. I want to go to Tenerife at the end of February, early March, and these routes I stole from somewhere. As you can see, there's this one here. This is a different route to the one intended to show you first off. So I've got basically 4 routes. I think this is the. Let's have a look. There's a classic one. Let's just show you a couple of those, shall we? Is it that one? I don't know. Yes, this is the traditional classic route up to Mount Tidy, up to the ski lift, I think. That area there, and you return on on a different road. So I want to do that in end of February. Fingers crossed that'll go ahead. You know what? I didn't even show you any of that, did I? Right. Yeah. So this anyway. So this I'll just show you this one quickly. Mount Tidy. This is the regular descent that everybody does when they go to Tenerife if they want to go cycling and training. So you go to the very top, where the ski lift there, I'm kind of repeating myself here, and then you head north in the island and come back on this route here. Right, sorry about that. Right, you can tell I've not done this in the past. So that brings me to what I wanted to talk about in, well, a month later, end of April, May. In the next few weeks, I want to commit to riding in race across the Netherlands, a race around the Netherlands even, Ratner. So hopefully I'll be in better position by Christmas to book that in. Like I say, the actual event is end of April, beginning of May. It's 1,900 kilometres around the Netherlands. It's got an amazing 6,800 metres of climbing, which is quite surprising actually. I think I might be getting me mixed up. I think the quickest time is under 4 days. I'm just hoping to get around it, enjoy it, and see as much as the country you can. So Tenerife, Netherlands. What else? This is all building up to my training for the TCR. Well, it's all contributing to that. So if we talk about the period from March to July. Well, let's first talk about December, January and February. I'm hoping to do a 200 kilometre in each of those months. Whether unless we have an amazing February of weather-wise, that's probably what I'm going to stick to. But March to July, March will probably be a month where, I'll be able to explore 300 kilometre distances again. So hopefully I'll be able to do 2 in March. And it'll be April when I start to do 400s. However, having said that, I have done a 700 recently, and I've worked out what I can do. Just give this as an example, as a 700 kilometre distance. I finish work at 3 o'clock on Friday, so there's no reason why I can't cycle somewhere, come back on Friday evening, and to where I am here, and then get up Saturday morning, go somewhere else, come back here again, and then ride out again Sunday. Equally, I can take some camping equipment, start the Friday afternoon, cycle somewhere, camp up at 10 o'clock at night, get up the next day, do a whole day of cycling, camp somewhere again, and come back Sunday afternoon. That is, you know, all the way through the year. That's something I can probably do. Although I'm probably going to delay that till March. Anyway, watch this space. Yeah, so I've just explained that in my notes. So in short, the next 3 months, at least 200. March, start contemplating the 300s, although 700s could be happening before then. But April will be like 400s, that's all day riding. Okay, right, getting through this quite swiftly actually. What got on here? I've got a sheet what just says TCR in July, August. So have you been over to the TCR website, seen what's going on in terms of the route? Let's open that up. Let's have a look at the publicly available information. I'm not going to show you the race manual, that's kind of just for me. So I've not, also we're going to need to plan a route as well, don't I? Let's wait for that to load. So this is the let's go full screen, shall we? If it will work full screen. I don't think it does. I think you have to go on here first, wait for it to load. This is the collection. This is what I've got access to. Well, I'm just going to show you the publicly available bit, because I've got complete, as part of the TCR you get full access to Komoot, all the maps, everything, worldwide access, which is really nice. I should be able to go full screen now. Oh, that's recenter map. No, I thought it was full screen. Anyway. Why more men behaving badly? Let's go to that one. It gives a bit more, gets a bit bigger, doesn't it? Anyway, so it starts there. That's in Belgium. I'm going to be massacre a few names here, aren't I? So that's Gerardsbergen. I believe, is that the second one? So I need to map a route all the way through Luxembourg. That's France there, or perhaps I'll maybe go into Germany, who knows. Switzerland, across the Swiss Alps into the Italian Alps, arriving at Passo de Gavier there. And then, I am sharing the screen here, aren't I? I'm conscious I'm not sharing the screen here. Yeah, okay. Let's go full screen again. So then I'll be travelling north-east through Austria. Hopefully it won't be locked down by then. Fingers crossed. Into the Czech Republic near Prague. I've been to Prague on holiday years ago. One of these drunken holidays for the lads. So this is... Does it show that one down there? Oh, yeah. So there's a parkour here. This is the red. This is the parkour. That's a set route that I need to ride. It's not optional, it's mandatory. So it looks like you'll be joining on there, riding into Krupka. Do you know what? I've got the order wrong. See, I haven't planned for any of this yet. It's Czech Republic first, so you go all the way over there through Germany, and then you come down to the Italian Alps through Austria and Germany. Yeah, let's get this back as it was. See, I've not even thought about this route yet. I've got a plan for all this, in addition to all the training. Control point 3. Okay, so between 2 and 3, going through Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia Herzegovina, into Montenegro. So this parkour here is in Dermatur National Park. So this is going to be absolutely stunning. There's some photos on this website if you want to have a look yourself. From there, go through Serbia into Romania, watching out for the dogs. I'm going to Transalpine and Durmo Strategic. So yeah, this is all new to me. I need to start planning for this over the next couple of months. So finally, after Romania, after all that distance there, catching a ferry across there, I'm going to end up in Bulgaria at a maximum of 16 days later. I'm hoping to reach the finishers party. That's my main objective. So there we go. Let's go out full screen. So yeah, where was it? That's the TCR. That's the actual where all the control points are, and there's a few parkours that you need to lump together. Further down this page is I can show you some of this. I'm sure this is freely available. It just tells you, you know, how high these places are, the distance between the 2 points and things like that. Maybe you can see that, I don't know. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Let's go full screen again. Yeah, so that's the TCR, July and August. Just touched on it there. I've got lots of planning to do. I've got to map the route. I did originally start mapping the route in 2020, but that's all changed. It no longer starts in Brest, in Brittany. So I'm starting from scratch. The final notes on here, before I do get onto the final notes, if you've got any questions, please head into the chat, pop them down there. I'm here all day. I'm not going out today, it's chucking down with rain. I'm not going to be heading out there. So feel free to ask me anything you want about anything to do with bikes, whether it's PBP, the audax that I've been on the last few years, any particular rides that you want to take on in 2022. Perhaps able to help you there. Anything like that, just pop it into in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer those. You know what? Nearly out of coffee. So number 8, diet. I've only wrote down here portion controls. I think I eat quite well. What I suffer with really is portion control. I love food. And you know, when there's food in the cupboards, I'll have to learn to control myself, not going in there and just eating everything. So for me, when it comes to training for the TCR and everything what you know requires training on the lead up to it, it's all going to be about portion control, not eating excessively. And some, you know, apart from that, it could be about eating the right things. I probably will be, you know, recording my weight once a week, twice a week at most, keeping an eye on it. Make sure, you know, I keep within bounds. I would love to be able to drop a couple, you know, I'd love to lose a weight, drop a couple kilograms, maybe at most. But I'm within my BMI. My BMI is 24. 23, something like that, the last time I looked, which is a long time ago, to be fair. So as long as, you know, I'm always in that, as long as I'm in I don't know what the bit below overweight is and that, but as long as my BMI is where it should be and I look and feel good, I'm happy. That's all I'm going to be looking for. If I can lose a little bit of weight, great, fantastic. What else do I want to talk about? In my notes here, I've got is that word I can't read again? Mechanics, yeah. Over the next 3 months, well, actually, not over the next 3 months, but over January and February, I'll be heading back to my mum's and dad's. I've got to leave this caravan I stay in in January and February, so we're heading back to mum's and dad's. And while I'm there, on the evening times, I know a mechanic, Johnny Stobart. If you're watching, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. I'll be getting in touch with you in December to have a plan of action. I want to learn a lot more about fixing bikes. What's the grading system for bike mechanics? Cyber. I can't remember. There's a level 1 and there's a level 2. There's probably a level 3. Sci-Tech or something like that. I'd like to get up to the 2nd level if I can. I'm not. It won't be official. Grading or anything like that. I'm just going to mirror and shadow Johnny as much as I can, learn as much as I can, and actually fix bikes and play around with my bikes. I've actually got a Carrera Vanquish. I've just remembered what model it is. It's a Vanquish. Carrera Vanquish. I've got that in the garage. It's probably covered in rust now. I tend to use that in January and February when I need to go on Zwift. As you probably know, I don't go on Zwift very often. But that's the time of the year that I'll probably contemplate it. The bike needs a bit of a work, bit of a touch up, so it'd be nice to take that bike apart and, you know, rebuild it, kind of thing. And this is all because again, TCR. I need to learn them, but thought about the low-hanging fruit, things that can go wrong, like, you know, cables break, chain breaks, hopefully not hanger breaks, but I've got a spare hanger with me, so if I take a hanger with me, how am I going to fit that? How am I going to fit bits and bobs? And I want to be able to feel comfortable that I can handle a whole range of situations. I'm getting there when it comes to, you know, on the last ride, the Moonrakers, which you'll see on Tuesday if you watch the channel. I got a slit on the back tyre. I had to apply a tyre boot. I didn't have one with me because it's kind of got a bit damp, so I need to order a new tyre boot, keep it nice and clean. So I kind of feel like I'm learning a little bits as I go along, but I want to know about the more difficult things, like if a cable snaps or if a hanger snaps. Hopefully they won't happen when I'm out and about on the rides, and hopefully, if, you know, touch wood, it's not actually going to happen with the TCR. But who knows, because it's a 4,000 kilometre distance ride. That's certainly not a short distance. It's going to be lots of climbing involved, so the chain's going to get a lot of torque. Of course, before I actually start the event, the bike will be in tip-top condition. It's going to have new tyres, it's going to have a new chain, it's going to have a new cassette, it's going to have new wheels. The disc brakes are going to be new, they're going to be newly serviced. And if you watch the beginning of this stream, I ended up with buying by mistake some brake fluid. Now if it requires brake fluid, I'm going to use that. I'm going to find out what it's for. Everything's going to be new. The bike's going to be tip-top condition. I'm going to be able to tell you all about that over the next few months, what I'm going to be doing in terms of new wheels and things. I haven't even looked at what new wheels I need. All I know is I need to find something a bit lighter, but just as durable. I lost my thread for a second. So yeah, bike mechanics. I just need to know a lot more about bikes, and in terms of not just riding them, because I'm maybe good at riding bikes, but I'm not a good. Well, I'm pretty much a standard rider really. I can fix the usual stuff, but when it comes to things like brake cables, I always go to a mechanic. I won't have that option when I'm doing TCR. I might be stood in the middle of nowhere, miles away from a bike shop, and I need a quick fix just to get going again to find the bike shop. So I need to carry things with me. Talking about a little bit further, I need to carry things with me as well, just in case bike shops. As we know, bike shops at the moment here in the UK, I'm probably saying wherever you are, there's a shortage of components. So I need to take things with me like cables, hanger, and I'll no doubt take with me a spare tyre as well. Extra weight, I know. Anyway, that's probably something that's definitely a subject of a future video, is all those kind of things about what I'm going to be taking with me. Whilst I'm talking about things I take with me, coming up next Thursday, I think it's next Thursday, yeah, there's a bike a bike wash video that me and Adam did the following day after the Moonrakers. But in addition to the bike wash video, I actually did a video a little bit earlier than that. The bike wash video is actually probably next Saturday. So I'm mumbling a little bit here. I'm kind of getting things mixed up. So there's a bike wash video later on, but sandwiched in between then, there's a video about everything I took with me on the Moonrakers 300-kilometre ride. It's kind of a kit list video really, and a bit of talk about what went right and wrong on that ride. So hopefully you enjoy that one. So that's next Thursday, following the Moonrakers on Tuesday, when I got to meet Chris Opie. I keep that short actually, because I'll keep that short now, because really it was as expected. It's a 300-kilometre ride. Chris is a former pro cyclist, so where will I meet? Where's the likeliest chance that I'll meet him? At the beginning. So I spoke to him at the beginning, never saw him after that. I kept up with him for a while, but I soon lost him, and I lost Adam Watkins as well, as you'll find out when you watch it on Tuesday. Anyway, I don't want to spoil that video. I've not got any questions in the comments, so I'm going to seek out to you now. If you've got any questions for me, I'm going to keep the stream going for maybe 5 more minutes. I'm out of coffee, so yeah. I mentioned the videos. If you didn't join the beginning of the stream, I was talking about AeroPress, the AeroPress portable coffee maker. I'm going to buy myself one of those. It'll come in specially useful over the next few months, I think, when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you just want a nice hot drink and you want a good quality drink. So, which model is it? I don't know. Is it the AeroPress Go? That seems to ring a bell. It's kind of this size, mug size, but everything's contained within it, and it allows you to create a quality coffee. So obviously it kind of depends on what beans you buy and or filter coffee. So there's that's important as well. But I'm not going to become a coffee connoisseur, coffee snob or anything like that. But I want to dabble with it a little bit. And if you've been watching my videos with Paul Green in there recently, it's I think I'm missing out on quality coffee. You can't beat coffee rather than quality coffee compared to like Nescafe or anything else I drink from Aldi's and Lidl and things like that. So why not have a bit of a quality coffee while I'm wild camping? Talking about wild camping, I suppose. But I'm hoping to do some more in December, and I spoke a while back about doing some hiking as well. It makes sense for me to do some hiking in the Peak District because it's quite close to here. It's kind of looking outside the window now. This weekend was definitely, I'm not going anywhere near the Peak District. Have you seen the reports about the weather? Snow, very strong winds, trees down. I think the Snakes Pass was closed early this morning, as was the Woodhead Pass was kind of advised not to ride there. So I quickly put that out of I was certainly not entertaining that idea of going to the Peak District. So I hope you're staying safe wherever you live, and I hope to see some of you out on the road pretty soon. If you want to, if you live in Lincolnshire, do get in touch by email, on Strava, wherever you can reach out to me on Instagram if you want. Maybe we'll go riding together. I'm going to be, like I said earlier, I'm going to be returning to my mum's and dad's in January and February. So all my rides are going to be around the Lincolnshire Wolds in the most part, and the East Riding as well. Lots of training rides, probably lots of centuries, because at this time of year I don't like to ride 200s plus very often, if at all. If you know anything about audax, the reason why I'm going to probably ride at least one is to do with the RRTY, which stands for Randonneur Round the Year, which is like an award for, basically if you ride 200 kilometres every month for the calendar year and don't miss any, if you do it continuously, you basically get an award. It's like an award for that. But with COVID being how it is, I haven't really applied for the last couple of years. I've just been riding and I really need to, because it's a manual process to get that award. I need to submit it all to audax. I can't remember how you do it anymore. But yeah, I'm just trying to ride at least one of those on the Sonder throughout the winter time. I'm probably going to wrap it up because I'm still not getting any questions in the comments. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything I could talk about any further. But yeah, I'm definitely going to put this to good use, I think. So again, if you didn't see earlier, this is a Bluetooth speaker disguised as a power bank. Yeah, a kind of a novelty item really, but I'm gonna make really good use of that. I think I don't like wearing headphones, and I have considered bone conducting headphones, possibly for the TCR, but I don't want to be shelling out any more money, to be honest. And that makes quite useful. This seems quite useful. It's 3,000 mAh, and you know, I could probably combine that with my other power bank, which is around the same sort of size, and take those both with me on the TCR. Colin, LEL, that's next year, isn't it? 2022. From what I know, it clashes with TCR, so unfortunately I won't be doing the LEL in 2022. I know somebody who is actually Karen, who you were seeing earlier on this year. She did Le Jog. I kind of helped her out with training and things like that. She's going to be doing the LEL, so we're probably going to be riding together next year at some point, helping her out. So that's the only LEL content on this channel you're going to see from me, because unfortunately, you know, if it took place in 2021 as it planned, I would have done that, and I'd love to do London, Edinburgh, London, for anybody that doesn't know what LEL means. But unfortunately, no. PBP, yes. LEL, no. Yes, I think that's it. I'm probably going to wrap it up now. Just looking around. Yeah, I've got a busy time. I want to go riding tomorrow, so I need to get these tyres on. I need to get this mud guard on. It's 2 o'clock now, so I've got a couple hours in the light. It's not raining, so I want to get out there, get it done, get myself ready for that ride tomorrow to Hull. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Hope you have a great week, and try, you know, hopefully tomorrow is going to be a better day. It's going to be a bit cold. I'm going to be dressing up for winter, no doubt, layering up, as are we all if you're watching from the UK. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit now. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you can find me over on Buy Me a Coffee. The link is below this video, or if it isn't, it soon will be. From me, take care. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.